Hi, I'm Henry.
And I'm Emily.
We're from Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and we're here with
SANJAY, RAWAL.
SMETRI, KHESHARI.
It's nice to meet you. You have been nominated for the Dan Eldon Creative Activist Award. If you were our teacher, what homework would you give us to help us become creative activists?
I would say, number one, it's a great question. Number two, I'm trying to stall for time. Number three, I would say pick a problem that you see in the world and try to understand that problem. Don't try to solve it, but try to really understand that problem and understand what people are like who suffer from that issue. Like, let's say it's teen pregnancy. Instead of just reading about the issue, to go into the field to meet people that are dealing with the issue, both on the side of the advocacy, the people that might work with teens that are pregnant, and also to meet teens that are pregnant. I really recommend people getting into the world and getting their hands dirty.
The goal for your film is to call people to action to the injustices that farm workers have to endure. What is the most powerful thing you learned while making this film?
It's a good question. I think that oftentimes when there is an issue, when there's something that's at a critical point, the solution actually lies within the same environment where the problem is, because the people who are enduring a lot of the exploitation or abuses or the downside of the conflict, they are the ones who also know the key to the solution. And I think while we were making food chains, we realized that the solution was really in the hands of farm workers. And we met a group of farm workers from Florida, the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, who have a model to eradicate poverty, to eradicate abuses in the fields.
How did you become involved in the whole issue with tomato pickers?
My dad is actually a scientist that works on tomatoes. At the same time, I used to work in human rights. And I went to Florida in 2011. And when I saw that the conditions of workers in Florida were just as bad as they were anywhere else in the world, I was shocked. At the same time, I moved from California to New York to study with an Indian spiritual teacher named Sri Chinmoy. And I thought I knew what it meant to be grateful. But I realized when I was eating my food, I had no idea who was picking it. And I realized that my gratitude towards my meals didn't extend to the people in the fields who really provided that food.
Has having this experience affected the way you now shop for food?
Yeah, absolutely. Sanjay and I were from New York, and I've always considered myself someone who, likes to shop local and likes to shop organic. But within those shopping practices in the past, I haven't, before I didn't think about the hands that pick the food. It didn't go beyond, how it affects me health-wise. And so now I do ask the questions of where does your food come from, and where are the farm workers, and how are they treated, where do they live?
If you could instantly fix one problem in the whole world, would you choose this problem, or would you pick another?
That's a great question. I think if I was going to choose one problem in the whole world to solve, this is an important one, but I think every problem stems from the fact that people don't have enough inner peace. So if I were to solve one problem, it would be to help people find inner peace. I think once they have inner peace, all the other problems go away.
Would you... Would you like a business card from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press?
First of all, I think what you guys are doing at the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press is absolutely unbelievable. I think you guys are on your way to becoming real creative activists, and more than that, I think you're on your way to becoming world-class journalists and probably people that are going to affect hundreds, if not thousands, or tens of thousands of people in your lives. I'm really happy with what you're doing. We've been interviewed by CNN, we've been interviewed by NBC, but I think this is my most favorite interview. So thank you.
Thank you.